Hi, I'm Bybreen Samuels and welcome to Funding Advantage. Here I share information and tips about funding opportunities that could benefit your organisation. So if you're an individual or organisation that have creative talents as well as ideas, then the Grants for Arts Fund by the Arts Council could be of interest to you. They are keen to invest in artistic expression and experiences that enrich the lives of other people. So for example, if you're an individual who is an artist, a curator, a performer, a promoter, as well as a writer, then they could be keen to support you. Now, if you want to follow in the footsteps of J.K. Rowling or Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, you do actually need to have your book publishing deal in place. I think this is quite a limited approach because it aligns itself with the traditional book publishing model. Recently, I attended one of their seminars and I asked the question whether authors who have chosen to go down the self-publishing route, which is a very credible alternative, whether they would be eligible for funding. And we were told that yes, these types of authors and publishers will be eligible for funding as long as they have their book distribution routes in place. I would actually discuss the nuances of all of this with the Arts Council before you actually apply, because I didn't come away from the seminar convinced that this was actually defined policy. Now, if you're an organisation, you are equally eligible and your service or activity must be of national significance. And so you could apply if, for example, you're an arts-based organisation or from the third sector or a local authority or from the public sector. In terms of the grants process, well, it's an open grants fund, which is good news. If you want to apply for funding less than £10,000, then decisions will be made within about 6 weeks. And if it's over £10,000, then decisions will be made in 12 weeks. You do have to come up with 10% of the overall cost of your project because the Arts Council only funds up to 90% of the work. Lastly, you do need to build a relationship with the arts officer at the local authority, and the reason for this is because the Arts Council is going to verify every application with the officer at the local authority. I think this is really short-sighted by the Arts Council. For one, because actually it's quite difficult to identify and then locate who the arts officer is within a local authority. Secondly, the structures within local authorities are changing. So they're moving away, for example, from the defined divisions like education through to a hub structure. And then thirdly, well, local authorities, they're outsourcing public services like libraries, who are being picked up by private organisations. So in terms of consistency, I think it would have been far better for the Arts Council to be liaising and verifying with councils for voluntary organisations or other development agencies that work with individuals and organisations. If you've got any questions and queries and you want to find out more about the Grants for Arts, then contact artscouncil.org.uk. If you've got any comments or questions or queries, please feel free to put them in the box below this video. Also, if you like the information that I've been sharing on these videos, feel free to share them with your network and subscribe to my channel. If you would like a copy of the free chapter from my book, Non-Profit Booster, 10 Steps to Building a Successful Organisation, then feel free to send me an email at support@insightstoimpact.com, and if you put free book chapter in the subject title, then I will send you out a copy of the chapter. Also, we can continue connecting on Twitter at Bybreen Samuels, that's BYBREEN Samuels. And lastly, you can visit my blog, which is bybreen.tumblr.com, and I'll see you on the next video.